You.
The story Stella Brings the Family by Miriam Scheifer is a children's book that meets the family structures lens of diversity. This story is about a little girl named Stella who, during her school day, her teacher informs them that they are allowed to invite mom to their school activity for a Mother's Day event. Stella is very concerned throughout the story because she doesn't have a mom. She has two dads. So this story also uses intersectionality to address underrepresentation of the diverse family structures that Stella clearly has with two dads and no mom. And also the LGBTQ plus identities of her two dads. So it highlights same-sex parenting family as well as just a diverse family structure. It helps students to, I felt this book helps to represent different types of families that my students I know have had, and they would be able to see that reflected in these stories if I use this book in my classroom. This picture I thought was a great picture that depicts Stella and her two dads in a loving embrace. I think often our students think of their diverse family structures as a negative thing, and I think that this picture especially highlights the fact that a diverse family could be a loving family. This illustration is a really great illustration that highlights Stella's choice. So throughout the story, Stella has conversations with her friends and has conversations with her dads about what does she do for this Mother's Day event. And she comes to the realization that everybody should be invited. And so she gets the word out to her friends that she's just gonna invite everyone. It was actually a suggestion that her friend had made. So I think that I didn't show that illustration because it wasn't quite as meaningful as this one here, but the story itself is that her friend suggested that everybody bring everybody that they want and everybody that they love. And so this is a picture of Stella's family. So she chose to bring lots of people. She said she brought her Uncle Bruno and her Nona and her daddy and her papa. And then she also brought her Aunt Gloria and her cousin Lucy. So I think that this picture really helps to show inclusivity that our schools should be having when it comes to family engagement events, and not just being so closed-minded and narrow-minded to assume that every family has a mom for Mother's Day or has a dad for father-daughter or events like that. Using this book in my classroom will support culturally responsive as well as diverse responsive teaching by validating all family types through authentic stories about children who my students likely see themselves like. This is another really cute picture. This is a picture of the party where all of her friends then brought all of their families. And so I don't know if you could see, but this little friend has two moms. Howie came with his two moms, and Jonathan brought his grandmother. So it not only shows same-sex parenting structures, but it also shows multi-generation parenting structures. it's just a really good representation of the different types of families that our students have.